Town Council is reviewing the fiscal 2017 operating budget. The Conservation Commission will review upgrades to the Craigville Beach bathhouse, and we get an update from Town Manager Tom Lynch on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Monday, May 16th, 2016. I'm Sarah Mannel. Town councilors are reviewing the fiscal 2017 operating budget. The town manager's office delivered the budget to the council and the Comprehensive Financial Advisory Committee May 5th. The first reading of the budget will take place during this week's town council meeting. Debate on the operating budget will begin June 2nd. Proposed improvements to the Craigville Beach bathhouse will go before the Conservation Commission tomorrow. Improvements include ADA-compliant ramp access, a new beach shower, and improvements to existing asphalt. The Conservation Commission meets tomorrow night at 6:30 in the Town Hall hearing room. Well, to find out what's happening in the town manager's office, I sat down with Town Manager Tom Lynch this morning. We share that interview with you now. Great weekend over the weekend.
Did you have a nice weekend?
Yes, and Spring on Main happened on Saturday. It was beautiful weather for Spring on Main Street.
Yeah, it was almost summer on Main. You know, there was definitely a summer buzz to the Main Street. There were families and events and face painting and music wherever you kind of drifted around. I met some friends on Main Street, and we had lunch at Tap City and sitting outside and watching the people walk by. It was really nice. And downtown Hyannis really came alive. It was like with the warm weather, everything just sprouted. You know?
I love it. I love our downtown, and I think Spring on Main is just one of those exciting weekends that sort of gets it all started.
I think this is their 4th year, and you can see that it's built and grown, and there was a lot of entertainment at the Village Green. One of the things that I received last week from Arts and Culture Coordinator Melissa Hirsch was our new info map. It's about downtown Hyannis, and has the Kennedy Legacy Trail. All things arts and culture are featured, and really the theme, as they've had for a couple of years now, is One Town, 7 Villages. So inside, one gets a snapshot of things that happen at all of our villages throughout Barnstable. So it's really quite nice to see the cultural events that are and cultural activities that are happening throughout the town.
Now, where can our guests find these? I mean, because when I have someone come, I'm going to definitely need to pass one off. This seems like a great resource for a visitor who's not really familiar with the area.
Yeah, I think we're going to put them in as many visible places as we can, and certainly at some of these sites that are there. And last year they distributed a lot of them. I think at all of the events that they have, like the summer concert series and things, they'll be available at those places too. So wherever folks are gathering, we'll be distributing these.
Such a great thing, I think, for not only our local businesses, but also just people who live here, because sometimes I think we don't necessarily always know what's happening. So it can be useful for everybody.
I think it is true that sometimes we residents stay away from some of these things. We think they're going to be overly crowded, when in fact, when you go to the concerts and stuff, you often see your neighbors and folks that are there. So it's really a nice piece, and I congratulate those that had a really nice event that they put on in Summer on Main.
Yes, absolutely. Now, tell me a little bit, you're going to talk a little bit about the Cape Cod Municipal Managers Association. That's one I hadn't heard of before.
Well, all the Cape managers and assistant Cape managers are invited monthly to a meeting in a different town, and we travel about. It's the second Tuesday of each month. Bob Lawton, who was the longtime town administrator in the town of Yarmouth, is our president. He keeps it together, keeps the minutes, and members suggest topics that they wish to talk about. We often have a speaker who's there. The thing that I find about and you know, you've got busy schedules, so you try to set aside time
Right,
for this.
it's difficult for
Yeah.
everybody because everyone that must be a part of it has a busy schedule, I'm sure.
But we have pretty good attendance. It's generally, you know, 11 of the 15 towns plus Nantucket, 16 of us that you know, get together. So it's normally 11 or 12 that are able to make it. I always learn something new at them, either from the presentation or from similar issues that other town administrators or town managers throughout the Cape are dealing with. I think it's a good place for assistant town managers to attend also, because they interact with you know, folks that are having some of the same problems, and they see how the discussion goes among the decision makers for all the towns.
Definitely, it would be nice to have a resource to turn to for a little bit of, not necessarily guidance, but just what do you guys do about this issue?
Well, I think that's a good point, because frequently one of the town managers will write afterwards to the group and say, I'm dealing with this particular issue. It might be a clause in a union contract. It might be something about assessing. Could be almost, have you encountered this? And so we use it as kind of a listserv or network where you can get other information. The other thing that I find happens is that you always learn something new. You know, so in last Thursday's meeting, I just happened to sit next to Jack Yuntus, who is the new county administrator for Barnstable County, and he has not had a chance to get over yet, and we're going to be seeing him at the town council actually on Thursday. So I had a nice chance to talk to him about, you know, his first couple of months and what he's encountering, some of the issues that we have here with the county in Barnstable, how we've used the county services. So that was a very pleasant individual. I think he's someone the town's going to be able to work with, and you know, we had a very nice discussion. So
wonderful, which is very important for our region. We have some really special issues, I think, that occur Cape-wide, and so really nice to have that central point of communication.
Well, I think network and communication, it just keeps it all you know, moving forward.
And then this week is really exciting. This is actually Bike Safety Week this week.
Well, it's as we said in E-News this week, it's time to get that bike out of the garage and get out there and get it a tune-up. And actually, from May 14th, which was Saturday, through the 22nd is Bike Safety Week. So it's a chance to try to encourage those that are new to biking to, you know, learn about safety issues, and I think they're featuring on Friday right here on the Village Green a biker breakfast, and you can come over and, you know, get some snacks, ride your bike, come in, get some snacks, and Sea Sports Cyclery and Outdoors will be providing some minor tune-ups for the bikes. They'll be there, and there'll be folks talking about bike safety in general like that. So you know, biking is a good way to stay in shape and also be an alternative transportation source for you. So we're hoping that people come to the event and also be aware of using bikes as another form of transportation.
And always good to get an update on safety rules and regulations for the roadways, how to properly share the roadways.
Well, and it will be mainly talking to bikers, but I think one thing that other events are also looking at is, you know, sharing the road. So if you're a driver coming up on a cyclist, you know, that cyclist should be obeying the rules of the road, and they should be signaling and have lights and things of that nature. So
and as a motorist too, just to share that roadway and expect it coming. I know, you know, every time this year we see an increase in traffic, not only in car traffic, but also we have many pedestrians walking around and bikers. So it's so good just to have a reminder too for drivers to remember to keep an eye out for pedestrians and cyclists.
So Bay State Bike Week.
That's right. Awesome. We'll be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 8 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we will chat with DPW Director Dan Santos. We'll chat with Chief of Police Paul McDonald. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mantle.